Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me on this glorious morning in the Pacific Northwest. And before I get into too much, I want to say that everybody in the wakes of the tornado back in the hurricane, I should say, back in the East Coast in the Carolinas, I hope we're doing well today, and we're everybody's in my prayers, and what a devastation. So count your blessings every day that what you have is what you have, and before it can easily be gone tomorrow. So feel blessed, and I do feel blessed every day, because I would just not know what to do with myself if I lost everything. And I know there's plenty of people that have lost things. You know, there's fires and there's floods. There's so much devastation that there's people out there that need our help in more ways than one. So thank you for joining my continuing education this morning. And most of you know, and maybe some of you don't, that I just got back from Doterra's 10th year anniversary convention. Oh my gosh, such an amazing convention this year. And I'm so grateful that I get to attend. And this was actually my 8th convention. And it just totally blew me away. It always amazes me how much scientific information that we can gain. And yeah, we have some great entertainment, but it's not just the entertainment, and we're going to get into that. So this is my continuing education to actually help you understand that there are many modalities out there that can help you in your wellness and for everyday needs. And our best thing that we have that I know about is essential oils. And I've chosen Doterra essential oils for one reason: the quality. Okay, a lot of essential oil companies out there that have been around for a long time. There are a lot of new essential oil companies out there because Doterra has set such a high standard and a gold standard. And so everybody wants to copycat. Okay, well, I'm here to tell you that as of now, this year, we at Doterra, I should say, the essential oils that we get are 96% exclusive. What does that mean? It means that nobody else has the same essential oils as we do. Okay? We go exclusively to growers all over the globe looking for the best that you can get. And what does that do for you and I? It gives us a standard of quality. We want to ensure that every time we use an essential oil, it's safe, for one, okay? And it's going to work every single time we use it. Because where it's grown indigenous, or where it grows the best, to get the best essential oil is key for your health and wellness. If I want it for just the smell, you can go out there and get any essential oil that you want. But here's what I'm going to say. You have to be very careful. Read a label first, because we're going to talk about 3 ways that you use essential oils. One is aromatically. So when you just take the lid off an essential oil and smell it, that's the fastest response that your body can have. You want to change someone's mood, that's the best thing. But what it's doing is those molecules are attaching to the hairs in your nose and then getting into the olfactory, okay, and the lymph, and it's getting into your bloodstream. Whether you know it or not, or think about it or not, it does get into the bloodstream, okay? So if you smell essential oil or anything out there, fragrance that is not pure, that is a synthetic, what are you putting in your body? You may not be taking it internally, but you're still using it, and it's still going into your bloodstream. The same when you use topical use. What are you putting on you topically? Everything that you put on topically, again, absorbs into the skin, and gets into the bloodstream. So there's another reason why you want to be very cautious and careful about what you have around your home, around your pets, especially if you've got those little ones or carpet. Oh my gosh, what are you putting in the carpet? How are you cleaning your house? Are you filling your kids, your little ones, your small pets, or all your pets? Are you exposing them to chemicals? They're down there on the floor. You may not be, but they are. You gotta really think about that. Do you really want that? There are options, and that's what this continuing education is about, learning those options to stay away from the chemicals and stay away from those toxins that build up in the body and that eventually can cause problems, okay? They're already, I mean, every time I turn around, there's something new that they're saying, oh, we found that really isn't something you. And so we're finding out that, like, what's the most recent one I heard? The most recent one I heard is Bayer aspirin. How long have the doctors been teaching about taking one aspirin a day if you're a heart patient, if you're at risk? What does that mean? Now they're saying, well, maybe that's not a good idea. Why? Because it can tear up the stomach. That's why, and along with other things. It could mess up your kidneys even. Tylenol, Advil, all those over-the-counter medications that you take that you think are safe can cause problems after long periods of time. You just don't know until one day all of a sudden there's a problem. So really think about what you're doing and what you're putting in your body, whether that's aromatic, topical, or whether you ingest it. Now, there's a lot of controversy about ingesting. And that's something you have to decide whether or not you want to ingest or put it through the digestive system. There are many oils that really should not go through the digestive system. That's an important thing to know about. We're not here to talk about that today so much because I have other videos that talk about that. But with Doterra, it's super simple to know if it meets the GRAS standard, which is generally regarded as safe. On the bottle itself, there will be a supplement fact, and it says, add 1 drop of essential oil and 4 fluid ounces of liquid. Okay, 1 drop. So when you think about that, that's just 1 drop and 4 fluid ounces of water or juice or whatever it is that you're drinking, even if it's your coffee. Okay, most of us are drinking coffee. There's a lot of us that do. So when you're doing that, if you're thinking about what you are putting into your body, right? But know that Doterra, because of that quality of standard, that CPTG, or the Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade, what that standard of quality, you know that you're getting the best essential oil out there. And the other reason that you know that is because Doterra has many different tests that they go through. They do the same testing as everybody else, but they go beyond that. They actually have like 11 different tests. And we have a test that's the APRC, or ARC, as they call it. APRC, ARC. And it is so super sensitive as a test that they can even take other essential oils that are supposed to be 100% pure, and they look at it and it's contaminated. Contaminated with what though? Petrochemicals, okay, or something else, right? Or they've put an additive in it to make it go farther because it's about the pocketbook, not about our wellness. And so when you're thinking about that, that part of it, you really have to understand that what you put in your body, because just because the label says 100% pure does not mean that's really what you're getting. And that doesn't mean that the whole bottle is 100% pure. It's only a little bit. Okay? So because of that part of the world, the FDA doesn't regulate. And so they can do and they can say whatever they want. It's no different than a label at the store. Read your labels. Know what you're putting in your body. And know that there are some things that are not disclosed on that label because those are trade secrets. They're not going to tell you that because then somebody else can go copycat. They don't want you to do that, right? So it's the same idea in the essential oil world. They do not have to tell you everything, okay? So aromatic, topical, and internal, read a label, know what you're getting in your body. So with the Doterra convention, there's so many things that I've learned. Every time I go, I learn so much that you always wonder, where do you start, right? We have some awesome products that have come out today, this week. I'm super excited about. We have a complete kids line now, which I think is super great because not only it comes like this is what it looks like, and then it has a super little pouch. This is so cool. So they have a little part here that you can clip on. They can take it anywhere they go, but it unzips this way. And then there are your oils inside. And then it has the little tops for clipping on. I've opened it but not opened it. So you also have these little tops that you can put a clip on the top of the bottle, and they can take it anywhere they go. But what I'm super excited about is on this particular line, and because we're not going to go into depths with this, I will later on. I will do. And what I really like is the fact that they are completely diluted for your children. So guess what? We can use these on our pets without any problems, right? Because they're already diluted. And especially the small pets, like your small dogs or your cats, right? Because they're specific for heart, mind, and body, okay? Immune response and your, physical problems, your emotions, all these are different. And what I like about that too, like if you need the brave and that support, right? They have a little, like either a little heart emblems. Can you see that little heart? That's kind of cute. So they have the heart, which means for the heart, okay? Or you have a little, like a little body there, that's for physical, okay? And then you have, where's the other one? Okay, and the mind. So this is calming. So these are pre-diluted with fractionated coconut oil, which is super, super excited for me that I can use these on my pets. And I'm grateful that Doterra actually came out with this because oh my gosh, every year, let's see, it's kind of funny, but last year we counted all the women that were pregnant, and this year we counted so many that were pushing strollers around. A lot of them. It's amazing. So great for those moms out there. So that's why I'm super excited about that one, because we can use these on the pets, and it's already pre-diluted for us. Now there are plenty of other products out there. We got turmeric essential oil, which actually is better than the powder form because you absorb it better and faster. And I think that's a tremendous for us, especially if you are someone that really likes that turmeric. We've got pink pepper, we have green mandarin, we have yarrow with pomegranate oil in there, and then we have a magnolia. And I'm not going to go into each one of those because I'm going to save those for a later date. And we do have post-tour conventions, or what they're calling green tour, that if you're interested in knowing where there's going to be one near you so that you can learn a whole lot more of the science behind all this, then please reach out to me and I will make sure that you know where those are. But I'm really excited how every year it's an improvement to us one way or the other. We also have a body mist, which I think is great. Instead of having to put lotion all over your body, this is a hydrating mist. And this spray top is a 360 degrees, so you can spray from underneath or upside down. Everything is all about natural. But one that I'm super excited about, because most of you know that I have a background in dental. I've done that for many, many, many years. And so I'm really grateful that they came out with a mouthwash. This is super exciting to me because there's so many people out there that need a good mouthwash. And what I really is there is no alcohol in this, absolutely none. And so I'm very grateful that they took the time to figure out how they can make a mouthwash with no alcohol in it. Super exciting. So most of you are familiar with the OnGuard. OnGuard is our immune support. So most of us were taking the OnGuard whitening toothpaste, and we were using that as our mouthwash, or just using the oil itself with a little bit of coconut oil. Well, now we don't have to do that. And what I like about it too, it's clear, and it smells yummy, and it tastes yummy, which is another good thing, right? We want it to taste good. Now, this probably would not be good for your 5-year-old. So keep that in mind. There are products on the market, so I really hope that eventually Doterra will bring out one that's for the kids, because there are plenty of pre-brushing mouthwash rinses for your children that help in softening the plaque on their teeth so that they get a better brushing. But most of us just simply do not brush our teeth long enough. So the next time you brush your teeth, I'm going to give you a challenge. Next time you brush your teeth, and watch the clock, you'll be surprised that in 30 seconds you want to put that toothbrush out of your mouth and rinse your mouth out. You got to go longer. Sorry, you got to go, you know, they say 2 minutes is the best, okay? 2 minutes of brushing your teeth. So how long are you really brushing your teeth? It might surprise you. Even going for a whole minute, you're like, oh my gosh, really? It's only been a minute? But this, before or after, okay, your brushing is really good because it helps in eliminating the bacteria that's in your mouth. We humans have the worst mouth than any animal or mammal on this planet. So a bite from a human is way worse than a bite from a dog or a cat. So you really got to think about what's in your mouth. Plus, there are so many of us that have bad gingivitis, or we have something going on in our mouth. If your mouth is not well, the rest of you will not be well. Because if you're swallowing bacteria so let me back up a minute. How do you know if you have gingivitis, first off? Gingivitis is bleeding of the gums and swelling of the gums. Your tissue around your teeth will be red, okay? They should be pink. And if they're not pink, and if you see blood on your toothbrush every time that you brush, you have a problem. You really need to go see a dentist, okay? If you have a buildup on your teeth, which is called plaque, eventually it builds up enough to where it is rock hard, okay? Well, that too, as it builds up around your teeth, not only does it go up along the tooth, it goes down also. So it makes the bone and the tissue recede away from the tooth. Okay? So you really want to think about that is what's happening in your mouth, because I saw a picture not too long ago of thermography. I don't know if you've heard about that before, but it's a really good thing. It's really awesome for pre-diagnosing, because your if you are swallowing if your gums are inflamed and you're swallowing all that, then it will show up in your lymph nodes. Okay, so if you end up with swollen lymph nodes and you're not sure what's all about, think about your mouth. What's your mouth like? Okay, this is going to be a really good fighting tool for you and for your mouth. Everything is natural in here, so it has so for those of you not familiar with OnGuard, OnGuard has your cinnamon, your wild orange, your eucalyptus, your rosemary. It also has the clove in there and myrrh, which are all good for your mouth and your teeth, okay? Myrrh is awesome for that. But what this is also incorporating is Miswak, which is MISWAK extract, which helps freshen your breath and maintain clean teeth, and by helping reduce the excessive plaque, that buildup. And this has a xylitol. Now, I know there's some of you out there that are like, oh my gosh, xylitol is not something you should have. You really have to know where that xylitol is coming from, right? So because of that standard of care and quality with Doterra's essential oils, they are making sure that we are getting the xylitol from a source that it is best, right? We have to understand that. So there's different ways of getting different things. Xylitol is one of them. You know, you still have to floss your teeth. You still have to brush your teeth and maintain that oral health. But this is just another tool in the tool bag to help you. And I don't know of any other mouthwash out there that's not got some sort of alcohol in it. Even for the kids, there's a little bit in there. And so I'm going to do some research on that, because I'm pretty sure like even the Act mouth rinse for children have a little bit of alcohol in it, which is something that we don't want with our kids. But if that's the only choice you have, and it's something that's needed for your children, then go ahead and, use that, because not using it and not getting the plaque off the teeth is going to be worse than if we use it and we get, we got to get that plaque off of it. So again, I'm really excited about all the different products. Excited about this mouthwash, and it doesn't burn the mouth. I know there's a lot of mouthwashes out there that do that, and I don't like them, never have liked them. So I have used this, and I'm like, wow, this is a pleasant surprise that it doesn't burn my mouth, because you would think it would because of clove and cinnamon. Cinnamon is more of a hot oil, and clove is too. And so this is something that's not doing that. It's not burning my mouth. So I'm really excited about that. And the other thing about the mouth, like I said, if you don't have a well mouth or a well tuned up mouth, keeping the bacteria down, your overall health of your body is not going to be there. And think about going to thermal imaging. There's a lot of places now. Thermal imaging is something that's the next best thing that's coming up. More and more, your naturopathic and some doctors MDs are starting to recognize thermal imaging as a really good way of finding things prior to a problem. Traditionally, when it comes to diagnosing you from a doctor, you have to have enough symptoms. Well, this thermal imaging or thermal photography is not something that you have to, it precedes things. So we all know that if we look at some scans, you'll see like hot and cold, and that's pretty much what this is doing. In areas that are hotter than they should be, then that's something you want to kind of pay attention to. If it's colder, if it's an area that should be warm and it's cold, then maybe that's another area we need to kind of look at. So when you are thinking about, or you get that feeling that I'm just not well, or you think there's something going on, go get thermal imaging done. There are resources that will help you pay for that. depending on whether or not you want the whole body or if you want just part of the body, okay? And so it can vary in what it costs from where you are and how much you want. I think whole body is generally somewhere around $450, 400 to 450, somewhere in those areas. And but there are resources to help you pay for that. And if you're interested in that, let me know, and I will get you connected with someone, and hopefully we can find somebody in your area if you can't find one on your own. So for those of you that would like to be involved with this live call, you can text the word @ with the @ sign, Heaven's Oil, to the text to the numbers 81010. And if you ever need to reach out to me, I'm always available. It's the email is heavensent, SENT, oil @gmail.com, so Heaven Sent Oil. And I'm more than happy to help anybody reach out to people in your area or someone in your area, whether that's for thermal imaging or if you need someone to help you out. So if this recording was sent to you by someone that you know, get with them and let them help you understand how you can get involved by not only your everyday overall health for you and your family, but helping change lives around the globe, because that is what Doterra is doing. And I can't believe that we are over 40 countries that we get our essential oils from, working with the growers. And when we can go into areas that are the poorest in the world, those areas, and better get them in a better way, then oh my gosh, that is priceless, because we are empowering people around the globe. It's not just about getting a product that's awesome and is constantly good, the quality is there, but we get to help people and give hope, because there's a lot of hope out there, and Doterra gets to be that. You get to help be part of that hope, whether that's through buying essential oils and using them for you and your family, whether you want to utilize the business opportunity with Doterra, or whether you are going to help with the humanitarian efforts of when we buy that essential oil, or even going on those humanitarian trips where we get to help in creating more medical facilities, better schools, better opportunity for those kids to go to school, because now Doterra is in there giving what they deserve to be paid for their product. And Doterra, for what they do and how they do this, is not cheap. But for what we are doing, creates better opportunities and better lives around the world. And I have to say that I'm really excited that over the convention, we had a guest speaker. Nobody knew who that was until he showed up. So Hugh Jackson, oh my gosh. And it's interesting to me that I had just watched The Showman, and I was like, oh my gosh, he sang that song on stage personally, and I was just blown away, because I had never seen that show before, and I literally watched it like a week prior to him showing up. And understanding that he has been using essential oils along with his wife, but they're using Doterra. And it wasn't until he was asked about performing, and he looked into the company and saw what Doterra is actually doing, that is where he said, there is absolutely no way that I will not be on that stage for you, because of our humanitarian efforts, never giving up and helping change lives around the world, because that's what he's all about too. And it's remarkable how people show up like that in your world that can give you even more hope, because we're doing the right thing. And I know that we're doing the right thing. And when we have blessings like Hugh Jackson. It's like, oh my gosh. Plus others, you know, we have ball players, Olympic medalists. We have so many out there that are using doTERRA essential oils because it works every time for them. Or they've been to the very bottom and they don't know what else to do. And then they are offered a natural resource. And it totally blows them away because they didn't have any more resources until this. So think about the people in your lives. Think about it, the people around you. Even if you don't know them, who are you going to meet today that you could help and that you can give hope to? That's what this is all about. That's what I'm about, is I want to give hope. And it doesn't matter if I'm just buying a product or I'm using a product or giving out a product. There's always hope. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you guys have a lovely day, and we will see you next week. And I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I got a feeling that there's going to be some new essential oils that I'm going to talk about. So you guys have fun, enjoy, and we will see you next week. Thanks for joining. Bye, everybody.